Hi guys, today we're going to review how to add and subtract numbers written in scientific notation. The biggest thing you need to remember is that when you add and subtract, the exponents have to be the same. When you add and subtract, the exponents have to be the same. Take a look at this first problem. 4.3 times 10 to the fourth plus 2.9 times 10 to the fourth. I can see that my exponents are both 4, which means I don't have to do anything to my coefficients. I can just go ahead and add them up. 4.3 plus 2.9, bring my decimal straight down, is 7.2. I add my coefficients. That's 7.2. It's always going to be times 10 because I'm keeping it in scientific notation. And my exponent was a 4. Keep it the same. 7.2 times 10 to the fourth. So if the exponents are the same, piece of cake, just add the coefficients. In this case, my exponents are not the same. 9.3 times 10 to the 6th minus 9.4 times 10 to the 5. Now, what you should remember about these, this 10 to the 6th says that my coefficient is being multiplied by 10 times 10 times 10 times 10 times 10 times 10. Or a simple way to think about it is that there are going to be 6 numbers to the right of the number that's in the ones place. So what that means is to get these values equal, I need to move a decimal. I need for there to be 6 numbers to the right of each decimal value. A way I can do that is I'm going to look at my smaller number here, which would be 9.4 times 10 to the 5th. I know it's smaller because it has a smaller exponent. That means in this one there are 5 numbers to the right of the decimal place. To get for there to be 6 numbers, I can move this decimal 1 space to the left. And when I do that, my coefficient becomes 0.94, and my power of 10 is times 10 to the 6th. You might remember this from Lars. If you go left, you add. If you go right, you subtract. In this case, I moved my decimal left, so I wanted to add to my exponent. Now that my exponents are the same, I can go ahead and subtract my coefficients. I'm going to take 9.3 minus 0.94, fill in zeros to stay organized, bring my decimal straight down, and I get 8.36 as my coefficient. Don't forget our powers of 10. I want times 10, and my exponent was 6. Last but not least, what to do if you have negative exponents. 4.7 times 10 to the negative 2 plus 3.8 times 10 to the negative 1. Remember, with negative numbers, the closer it is to 0, the greater it is. Negative 1 is only one step away from 0, so this is my greater value. I want to keep my larger exponent, so I'm going to keep this negative 1. Before I can add, my exponents have to be the same. So I have to change negative 2 to a negative 1. The way I'll do that is by adding 1. But in order to add 1, I need to move my decimal 1 space to the left. So I'll have 0.47 times 10 to the negative 1 plus 3.8 times 10 to the negative 1. Now that my exponents are the same, I can just add my coefficients. .27 times 10 to the negative 1. Your turn to practice.